What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. Michael Nowak, aka Brother Polight, the conscious brother, who got what? Four wives. Right. You ain't got not one wife. Yeah, well, you do got one. One count. The other three don't count. We just gonna call them concubines. So this brother, man, like 2 years ago, was 2 or 3 years ago. So he was charged with all these counts of rape. Let's look at all these counts of rape he was charged with. And before I even do that, let me just show y'all something. Because this brother like lying a whole lot. This brother talking about, I ain't take no plea deal, and he still want to try to claim his innocence. Whatever. It is what it is. I don't see how you going to do that with all your semen all over the little 14-year-old girl. They found your semen all over the 14-year-old girl, like all in her clothes, all on her face, all like, bro, get out of here. It's a wrap. Well, he still want to act like ain't nothing happened. He still want to think he being set up and plotted on. Even though it was, what was it, his wife's daughter? What was it, his wife's daughter or something? Like, bro, get out of here, man. This dude, terrible. So let's listen to what was said in court.
State your name for the record. David Terrace on behalf of the defendant, Michael Nowak. Okay, thank you. And I believe there may have been a couple of people on Zoom. I don't know what the relationship was on the case. Okay, yes, ma'am. State.
Your Honor, I believe at this time we'll be asking for a joint continuance, but to set this case rate plea either sometime within the next 2 weeks. We have come to a plea agreement. I've sent over a written plea agreement to defense counsel. Just so that Your Honor is aware, what we wish to happen is for the defendant to enter into the plea within the next 2 weeks, but we are going to starting the Nelson hearing as possible to call a case on the
Sure. Zoom, I don't know what the relationship was on the case. Okay, yes, ma'am. State.
Your Honor, I believe at this time we'll be asking for a joint continuance, but to set this case rate plea either sometime within the next 2 weeks. We have come to a plea agreement. I've sent over a written plea agreement to defense counsel. Just so that Your Honor is aware, what we wish to happen is for the defendant to enter into the plea within the next 2 weeks, but we are going to starting the Nelson hearing as possible to call a case on the
Sure. Okay, yes, ma'am. State.
Your Honor, I believe at this time we'll be asking for a joint continuance, but to set this case rate plea either sometime within the next 2 weeks. We have come to a plea agreement. I've sent over a written plea agreement to defense counsel. Just so that Your Honor is aware, what we wish to happen is for the defendant to enter into the plea within the next 2 weeks, but we are going to starting the Nelson hearing.
Okay, so y'all heard it. I played it 3 times so y'all can get it. Michael Nowak, Brother Polight, will enter into a plea for some of these charges he's been charged with. Let's see some of his charges that he was charged with while we get off into this. So some of the things he was charged with, let's go on this. Okay, so right here.
Well, it looks like.
Okay, look at some of these charges. Let me read these charges. L&L molesting a child, felony, 1 count, from 12, between the ages of 12 and 16. Another molestation account, a felony of a minor between the age of 12 and 16. L&L conduct with a child, another felony of a child 16 and under. another felony for LNL exhibiting of a child 16 by 18, another felony. Another charge for misdemeanor contributing alcohol to a minor. That's another charge, misdemeanor. Engaging with a child, face it between 4 to 14, felony. That's another felony. And sexual battery from a child between 12, 17, 18, another felony. So this man got 7 counts on him. 7 counts on him. Okay, so apparently let's go into what allegedly had happened and let's just talk about some of this stuff. Again, this is one of the conscious leaders in the conscious community, Brother Polight, for the most part was considered to be a well-respected man among the black community, conscious community, even though he hate God. He was a man who hate God and always speaking against God, always blaspheming Jesus Christ and going against Christ. Well, now we see why. What was that? And we know usually when we know that happens, there's some grave, dangerous sins going on in a person's life when they have this heavy attack against Jesus like that. So that's why this don't take none of us by surprise of the thing that's actually happened and occurred with him. So apparently, one of his wives or girlfriends, they supposed to have been out of town or something, somewhere visiting Florida or something like that. And this dude had 2 hotel rooms, one where his wife now was at, and then he basically asked his wife, basically to some degree, I'm just trying to remember allegedly, how he ended up getting the little girl. He wanted to take her somewhere. He wanted to take the little girl somewhere. And so the little girl left with him. I think he was supposed to take her to a party or a club or something like that. Then what had happened was, somewhere down the line, he basically ended up getting another hotel room for him and the little girl. And got the little girl intoxicated to the point that this little girl almost could have died. He had to literally stick his hand down her throat to vomit up all the alcohol poisoning that had happened to her, that he was consuming her with this liquor while he took advantage of her while she was literally out. And she woke up with all his nut all over her. Ain't no telling what that dude was doing to her. You know what I'm saying? She was you know what's crazy and retarded about this dude? The little girl was such in a mess. When he brought her back home to her mother, brought her back to the hotel with her mama saw how bad her daughter looked, and she still was out of it from the alcohol or whatever it was that he did, like some alcohol and some like date rape drug type stuff. And the girl, because the girl was out of it. Her mama didn't care about the relationship, didn't care about none of the love she felt for him. When she saw the condition her daughter was in, she knew that he did something he wasn't supposed to have been doing to her daughter. Took her to the hospital. The hospital did rape kits. The hospital got this man semen off this girl in like 4, 5 different places and spots on her. Face, clothes, everything, you know? Man, then he tried to get the lady to not call the police and tried to basically allegedly bribe her. She's like, I don't care about your money. I don't care about your status, your popularity, or nothing. This is my damn daughter. No, I'm not letting you get away with that. She called the police. Police came, arrested the man, charged him. Man, it's a dirty nigga, man. Dirty dude, man. This is what we call niggas. talking about he a black man. No, you are a nigga, okay? This the stuff niggas do. That's that nigga stuff. And that man got a history of ripping people off. And he got so arrogant and cocky because he was making money, trying to make himself seem as though he really, really is that dude. No, let's just be honest. You a trick. That's what you was. You was a trick, and you had a sexual, craving, demonic spirit over you that it did what it did to this young girl. And what you like, 50, 40? Like, bro, get up out of here. All that money. Then he's so fake it ain't even funny, man. I'm talking about talk all that black stuff. Then they showing all on the internet him basically allegedly tricking off with white women, but he against white folks. Right. They good enough to screw, ain't they? This nigga's just so fake it ain't even funny, man. Bro, you were just a trick. That's all you was. And then you got to really, really feeling too good about yourself, bro, because that's all you was. You was a trick. That's the only reason why you had these 3, 4 wives, because 9 times out of 10, they was broke. You had money. And when you broke, women tend to want to be accepting of the things that you do as a result of their conditioning, of what they didn't have. So they was okay with what you did because you were providing. And that's all it was. You took advantage of weak women who was in poverty, that you used your money as a way to get what you wanted out of them. So we ain't gonna play no game, because ain't no woman with money already gonna mess with you. And that's just exactly what ended up happening. You messing around with some broke women who didn't really have much and was willing and okay to accept you and the other girls that you had. When in reality, no, brother. No, absolutely not. And you did the things you did because let's just keep it real. You a trick. And you a coward. You hide behind your money. You hide behind the things you was doing. And you try to use this blackness as a means to actually get over on people. Let's just be real, man. Let's just be real. That's exactly what it is. Talking about brother Polight. Right. Politely put your damn hands behind your back, because you're going to prison. Okay? You're going to prison for a very, very long time. All right? All that disrespecting God, okay, well, you finna see the judgment and hammer of God coming down on you. And all that little money you saved up you had, you might well kiss that goodbye. They finna wipe that out. You losing all that, partner. Okay? You're about to lose all of that. When this plea go in and that guilty sentence go in, now you finna get hit with these silver suits. That's how that works. You finna get hit with them silver suits. You finna get heavily fined. Yeah, you might well kiss it goodbye, brother. All that stuff you talking about, and you can't put it in no bank accounts. You finna get treated. And that's what you get. Trying to cause a war on God because you had a few ends in your pocket. Like, boy, get out of here. The Bible say a fool and his money will soon part. A fool and his money will soon part. And that's exactly what you seeing right here. Terrible. You almost killed that little girl, man. You was that desperate and thirsty to want to get some, bro. You ain't got no game at all, man. Like, they're going to show you that's a demonic spirit. You got her mama right there. Her mama, who's supposed to be your wife or girl or concubine. Like, bro, that's not enough. You can't, that wasn't enough. Like, no, that wasn't enough for him. He wanted to take it to a whole nother level. That, bro, you terrible, man. You terrible. And then you even had to drug her up. The little girl didn't want you at all. You had to drug her up to really rape the little girl. You're a scandalous nigga. Yeah, because you ugly as hell. And what you doing now is trying to get back. Hell, if you that ugly grown, I know how you looked as a child. You was uglier than that as a baby. You was ugly in that as a baby, because as a baby, that ugly is like, it's tight. It's like real tight. So you was uglier than that as a baby. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to get back on everybody who rejected you, but through somebody else. That's what he doing. He on his revenge stuff. Terrible. Doped that little girl up. Then raped her. You out of pocket. You out of pocket. Then you had, he was on Whack 100. Whack 100 trying to fight him. He's so scared. He trying to talk now. No, brother, you know, he ain't really like that, brother. All I was saying, this, brother, man, get out of here with that brother stuff. You raped a 14-year-old girl. Took her against her will. Drugged her. Alcoholed her up, bro. Terrible. That little girl could have died. Listen, that man literally, this in the paperwork, in the transcripts, that man literally had to stick his fingers down her throat so she can vomit up whatever it was he did in the, cause that's how she was out. The little girl was out. She was so out of it, she didn't even know what this man was doing to her, man. And he had to do that. He thought she had died. Ain't that sad though? He thought the little girl had died after he was done assaulting and raping her. That's what's so scandalous about this nigga. He thought the little girl was dead. But he didn't take action to try to help her until he was done assaulting her sexually. Busting nuts all over the little girl. That's what he was doing. While she was knocked out. Couldn't feel nothing. Didn't know what was going on. Her little body, she's so little. What she was like a 90-something pounds? Very little girl, man. Like very little girl. He doped her up so bad with the alcohol and sex drugs that he thought the little girl was dead. He had to revive the little girl by sticking his hand down her throat to make her vomit up. That's a scandalous nigga, boy. That's a dirty, dirty, scandalous nigga. But you hate God. That's why you hate God. You hate God because he was burning your conscience of what you was doing that nobody didn't know what you was doing behind the scenes. And it was eating at you, eating at you, eating at you. And that hammer came down on you. And that hammer came down on you. Sad thing about it is some of these women put themselves in that situation too, by which her daughter became a victim of what she was willing to accept from what this man was already doing that she knew about. This dude is a sexual deviant, a straight up evil, wicked, perverted man. All he wants to do is control and take anything he wanted. That's all he is. Like, for real. A wicked, evil dude, man. A wicked, wicked, evil dude. We show y'all something else about him he got to do. Dude is terrible. Brother Polight. Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Harris on behalf of Mr. Nowak.
I'm sure you all aware that there's a lot of folks on Zoom on this
Sure.
case.
If we may go sidebar for a moment.
Sure. All right, so back on page 10, Mr. Nowak, it'll be reset for plea. 9/6. Can we set it for 10 a.m.? Is that all right, or just?
Yes,
All right, 9/6 for 10 a.m. for plea. You're going to take possession of Mr. Nowak's passport and then do a notice of compliance that you have it.
correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, so according to that, which is clear, hold on. That's Judge Lodi Jean. Hold on, let's see. So it says September the 6th at 10 a.m., Brother Polight will surrender his passport. You're not finna flee and get out of here like Russell Simmons did. You're going to take these charges. You're going to prison. You ain't leaving the country. You ain't going nowhere. We got all the airports already ready. You're going to prison for drugging, raping, assaulting, and taking that young girl against her will. Trying to kick knowledge. Trying to be an influencer of people. That's crazy. You know that dude's supposed to be this leader in the conscience community. Right. Man, anytime these brothers be going against Jesus Christ, listen, man. First of all, you don't supposed to trust nobody anyway, but really don't trust them type of people who literally against the Son of the living God who died on the cross for your sins. You going against him, that really, really says a lot. If you ain't got no respect for the Lord God himself, you ain't. Who are we? We ain't nothing. We ain't nothing. It's only in him that we try to be careful about some of the things we do. So imagine a person who ain't got him at all. Man, please get up out of here. Terrible. That's a dirty, evil dude. He was so scared of Whack 100, man. He didn't want no trouble. He didn't want no problems. Like, boy, you was a loser. At the end of the day, man, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. I got to get this phone.